14 years of the Conservatives in government have brought their ups and downs. It does feel of late like downs and downs. It was not such a spectacular start really back in 2010 when they knocked the Labour government out of power. The Conservatives came in with David Cameron as Prime Minister, but needing the Liberal Democrats' support. About the only good thing about the government that anyone can remember is that it lasted a term. The one high point through that period was the 2012 London Olympics, but that really was a high for Boris Johnson, then Mayor of London. He won quite a political gold medal for that. Since then, he was waiting in the wings. He certainly was said to be more than a match for David Cameron. Boris Johnson still had some waiting to do, but he was invited in eventually by harakiri from David Cameron. Cameron had won the 2015 elections for the Conservatives, won them for the party handsomely with 330 seats until he committed political suicide the following year by calling that Brexit a referendum. That proved the undoing of Cameron, and many believe continues to prove the undoing of Britain itself. It showed Cameron the door, it closed the doors to the European Union, and it opened the doors wide for Boris Johnson to come in past an unspectacular stint from Theresa May. Then on, it was the 2019 election, and that is when Boris Johnson led the Conservatives to a massive win. It really was the highest point for the Conservatives in their 14 years of government so far. Boris Johnson's turn then for harakiri. The Conservatives are rather good at that sort of thing. He survived COVID, but not his mishandling of it. And who in the Conservatives would ever want to remember for long what and who came next?
The total number of valid votes given to each candidate was as follows. Rishi Sunak, 60,399. Liz Truss, 81,326. Therefore, I give notice that Liz Truss is elected as the leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party. Liz, come up on stage.
The elections that were held among the Conservative Party were won by Liz Truss. She beat Rishi Sunak to leadership of the party and to the position of Prime Minister, and then managed to do more wrong in 47 days than most Prime Ministers do in a whole term. That brought in Rishi Sunak amongst a desperate lot of about 300 MPs who voted amongst themselves to have Rishi Sunak in, representing some hope, some stability through a very desperate period.
As returning officer in the leadership election, I can confirm that we have received one valid nomination. Rishi Sunak is therefore elected as leader of the Conservative Party.
For the first time now, Rishi Sunak is leading his party in an election campaign, not very successfully by the looks of it. The Tories are way behind in the opinion polls. Sunak takes this measure, he announces that move. Nothing seems to be working for him. Nothing is winning him the popularity he so urgently needs. And now it's almost like running out of time to get it wrong anymore.